What's up, everybody? Gavin here, and today we'll cover our third NFL game of our previewing. This game will also be an interesting one, as it is the New Orleans Saints traveling to Gillette Stadium to take on the Patriots. Both teams 1-1, and coming off different situations. So first, let's preview the Saints. The Saints have... Well, they looked like they were going to be contenders with Tampa for the NFC South in the first game when they blew out Aaron Rodgers and the Packers 38-3. Jameis Winston looking like a touchdown machine in that game, as well as... So I'm just looking at the stats that game. As he threw 5 touchdowns for 148 yards. He was a beast. And then Alvin Kamara went off, rushing 20 times for 83 yards, 4.2 yards per carry, mind you. And then Tony Jones rushed 11 times for 50 yards. So they had quite the rush attack. And then Jameis Winston also rushed himself. He had 6 rushes for 37 yards. And overall, it looked like a dominant performance. Deontay Harris, Juwan Johnson, both stepping in. It looked like New Orleans was going to be great. And then week 2 happens. They lose to Carolina 26-27. Granted, it's in Carolina, but after such an elevating performance, Jameis Winston goes 11 for 22, 111 yards, and 2 interceptions. Like, this is the same guy that threw 5 touchdowns against the Green Bay defense in 148 yards. The rush game was non-existent, as Jameis Winston was the leading rusher with 3 carries for 19 yards. And Taysom Hill was the second leading rusher, 2 carries for 16 yards. Kamara was shut down, as he had 8 carries for 5 yards. And then their leading receivers were Little Jordan Humphrey, Alvin Kamara, Juwan Johnson, none of them getting over 30 yards. All of them were in the mid-20s for their for their yard totals in receptions. What happened? What happened to the Saints? They were able to get a touchdown in the fourth quarter, so hopefully maybe that carries into this game. But they just let Carolina just stop them like that. Okay? And then let's look at the Patriots. So Patriots, week 1, travel. They are at home, take on the Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins. And there was just a lot of mistakes. Like, they just fumbled the ball a few times. They were about to do a game-winning drive, then Damian Harris fumbles it. It was not a pretty game. The Patriots should have probably won that game, but turnovers just killed them. Mac Jones looked great, and I believe he is the legit quarterback. I believe he is looking like the best quarterback in this draft class right now. All right, and he had a good performance, 29 for 39, 281 yards, 1 touchdown, and then Damian Harris has a monster game, 23 yards, 100 yards, 4.3 yards per carry. Yeah, he does the game when he fumbles it at the end, and it was not good. And then the leading receivers were James White, Nelson Aguilar, and Jacoby Myers, Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, but none of them were close to 100 yards. The closest was Nelson Aguilar, 72 yards. And then James White, Jacoby Myers, and Jonnu Smith were all in the 40s in their yardage. So, like, the Patriots did not do too bad, though it was against the Miami defense, and I feel like that is a good performance. Then week 2 comes. They play the Jets. Mac Jones, 22 for 30 and 186 yards. Damian Harris has another good game. Well, decent game. I mean, it was 16 carries for 62 yards. And then James White had 5 for 20, and so 4 yards a carry. And it just was a great game for the Patriots, as the defense also brought in 4 interceptions, 4 versus Zach Wilson and the Jets. The young Zach Wilson, I guess I should remind you, he's a rookie. I mean, you guys probably know that. You guys know that, but I mean, it's insane. And then Joshua Yushi had 2 sacks. Juwan Bentley had 6 tackles. Their defense just came alive in that game. And they did damage. So, knowing that, who will win this game? Let's look at the injuries. McCoy, the center for the Saints, is out. Questionable is Trent Brown, Adrian Phillips, the safety, and Josh Uche for linebacker for the New England Patriots. So there is hope for them. Patriots are favored to win this game by 3 points. Over-under for scoring is 42.5. Who do I think will win this game? I think it will be the New England Patriots. Yes, the Saints will be motivated to do better. They're coming off a very humiliating loss to the Panthers, who are 3-0 right now, which we will talk about them, I'm sure, eventually. But, I mean, Bill Belichick, and the Patriots, they're 59-17 versus NFC opponents since 2002. 59-17 versus NFC opponents since 2002. Sean Payton is 4-1 when coming back from games where they scored fewer than 10 points. They scored over 30 points each time. So that will also be a noteworthy statistic, but I just think the Patriots are the better team from what I have seen so far. Granted, though, the Dolphins may be heading in a negative direction this year with Tua out for a little bit. And then the Jets are a rebuilding team. And then, I mean, it's hard to judge how the Saints are now. I mean, they blew out Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, but they didn't get the offense for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers didn't get things figured out until the second half of Detroit. I don't know. It is going to be an interesting game. It can go either way for sure. I'm not saying I'm going to rule out the Saints from winning this game, but I think if Foxborough, Patriots winning it by 3 is a fair bet for me. And I think that the scores will probably be in the mid-20s, a typical NFL scoring game. I'd say that it's probably going to be 28-24 Patriots. I think that Mac Jones is only going to get better as he progresses in the NFL as a rookie. And I think that Damian Harris and James White, and then when Ramondre Stevenson gets warmed up in the Patriots offense, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, Kendrick Bourne, Jacoby Myers, Nelson Aguilar. I just think that might be a little mighty for the Saints defense right now. As well as I think that The Patriots defense will give Jameis a hard time, as they are the leading team in interceptions defensively. Jameis Winston is the leader in interceptions offensively. So that doesn't pan out very well for Jameis, and I'm thinking that might just come to bring down the Saints, as Alvin Kamara will be also a huge factor, but I think Dante Hightower, and company will be Patrick Chung. I think they'll be ready for Kamara. I think that I still will give Saints credit. I think they may revitalize their offense, but I only see them scoring 17 to 24 points. I see the Patriots edging it out. And like I said, I see Mac Jones growing more comfortable. And I think, I expect turnovers from Belichick's defense as usual. And the Patriots to jump to 2-1. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that hope that I could keep getting better. I'm a rookie, so just please drop down suggestions on how I can improve. What's the better way for me to bring up the stats and stuff to you, and how I can just become a better person on this channel. And video suggestions, as I am new. Like I said, I'm going to do some game reactions to college football after the games go by today. It will be hard because I'm going to the BYU again versus USF, University of Southern Florida tonight. But I will try to give you some college game reactions. And tomorrow I'll give you some NFL game reactions. And we will see where these go. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.